Everyone, how are you all doing? I'm glad we are all here together. My name is Oge and I welcome you all to my channel, The Spiritual Solution. Today's teaching, I want to teach us on how to walk with nature, how we're going to walk with nature. But before we proceed, please, if you're new to this channel, I would like you to subscribe. Click on the notification button, you like and share, okay? Now, how are we going to walk with nature? What do we mean by nature? When we talk about nature, we talk about things we see with our visible eyes. We talk about God's creation, okay? The ones we can see. The land, that is the soil, the earth, water, fire, air. We don't see air, but we feel it, okay? The sun, the moon. I want to teach us how we can walk with them, okay? They are there for us. God created them for us. They are not ruling, they don't rule over us, we rule over them. So looking at them lying there aimlessly doing nothing, you need to activate them. We need to activate them. And I want to teach us how to activate them to work for you. And I want to teach us specifically on sun and moon, how you can activate them. A lot of people believe that activating them to work for you is like praying to them. You don't pray to them. I always say this: whatever God has created, you are not supposed to beg that thing when you are praying or when you are performing any spiritual work. You command them. Even in the Bible, in the book of Joshua chapter 10 verse 12, when you read there, you will get to know how Joshua commanded the sun and the moon, okay, to stand still wherever they were at that time until the battle is won. And it was so. It was so. God has already given us that power, that whatsoever we speak from our mouths, we are like demigods. You need to activate that demigod in you by commanding every creature around you, okay? Every created thing. You use commanding words when you're talking to them. Now I want to teach us on moon. On moon. How do you walk with moon? How do you command the moon to work for you? This is not something I made up by myself. This is something that the Holy Spirit taught me. He came to my dream and he taught me about that. Yeah, I had a little problem. May not be a little problem, but can escalate if care is not taken. And I was thinking on how to solve it spiritually. And then he appeared to me in the dream and told me, this is what you are going to do. You are going to do it with the moon. So I want to teach us that because I've done it and I am still seeing the result. When I think about it, I will say to myself, wow. So I want to teach us that, okay? So how are you going to activate the moon to work in your favor? How are you going to make it work for you? Now, for you to perform the spiritual work, first of all, you cannot be guilty of something and then you are commanding the moon to work for you. Hello? It won't work. It will not work. That is injustice. You have to be, okay? Your conscience has to be clear. You have to be innocent. You are not at fault in any way. Maybe an injustice is being carried out upon you, or something is going wrong somewhere which you are not aware of, but you really want to solve that thing. That is where you can command the moon and it will work for you. So how are we going to do this? You are going to do this when the full moon appears. Whenever the full moon appears, you can check the calendar. I am not an astrologer, okay? You keep on checking the calendar. Like last month, the full moon appeared around the 19th, 20th of October. This year, I think the full moon will appear around that kind. I'm not so sure. As from 11th, I'm not so sure. But when you check the calendar, you will know when the full moon appears. So you are going to do this when the full moon appears. And when I mean full moon, I mean that full moon. The moon as a whole. The one that shines and gives light everywhere. That is when you are going to do this. It doesn't matter the time. If you see it around 7 o'clock, as long as the moon is full, not half, not quarter, as long as the moon is full, you do it. And whatever the moon comes out, it lasts until 5 in the morning, if you have ever taken notice of it. So at any point in time you woke up in the night and you saw that full moon, no matter the time, as long as that moon is still there shining, you do this prayer. Okay, now what are you going to do? Already you know what you're going to pray to God about. You know what what you're passing through, what you want to tell God. You know how to solve that particular problem for you. So when you say that full moon, when the full moon appears, you get a white bowl, not any color. I said white because that was what the Holy Spirit told me. White colored bowl, you get it. You put water inside that bowl. You can fill the bowl if you like. You can put fill it up to the half level. Okay. Now, when you put water inside that bowl, you light a candle, and in this prayer you will need help. You can't do this prayer all alone because you can't carry that bowl and carry that candle while praying. So someone has to hold the candle for you. You can call any family member, either your children, your husband, all of you can even come out and do that prayer together. Okay, now when you light the candle, but for everybody that will come out to do that prayer must hold a candle. Assuming you called only one person, it's going to be one candle. And if you call 3 people, you will have 3 candles. If it's 10, it's going to be 10 candles, and you are going to light all of them. Now when you all appear, what you are going to do, the moment you raise that bowl of water up towards that moon, every other person with a candle will raise that candle up towards the moon. You are not praying to the moon. You are praying to God, but you are commanding the moon to work in your favor. So when you raise that water up in the sky, you call on God, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. You tell God that you are there with your family member or with whoever is praying with you. You now table your matter. You tell God what you want, and then you now face the moon. O ye moon, I command you in the name of God, the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit. You start voicing your request out. You start voicing your request out. Whatever that problem is, you pray. You pray. You command the moon to hear you. You command the moon to work in your favor. You tell the moon what you are passing through and how you want the moon to work for you. That moon is there to work for you. So you command that moon to work for you. And after that prayer, you raise down that bowl. You dip your hand inside that water from that bowl. You wash the face of everybody that is praying with you there. Everybody that is there, not those inside the house. You wash the face of everybody praying with you, and then you're going to wash your face first of all. After that prayer, you wash your face, and then you don't wash your face inside the water. That is, you scoop out some, wash your face. You scoop out some, wash another person's face. That is how you are going to do it. You wash all your faces there, and when you are done, you pour the remaining water away. And as for those lighted candles, you are going to keep them at that spot where you prayed. At that spot where you prayed, you find a space. Just keep the candles. Allow them to keep burning, even if they, even if the wind blows them away later. It doesn't matter. You have done your bit. Keep them. Don't blow off that candle. You keep them there. Allow the candle to burn until it goes down completely. This thing looks so simple. Even when the Holy Spirit told me that, I had a little doubt in me. How I have never done this before. How is it going to work? But I'm telling you that right now, I am still reaping the fruit of that prayer. I am still reaping the fruit of that prayer. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's not magic. It's not magic at all. You have to have faith. You have to have faith, and when you are commanding, please, you have to be strong. Believe in you that your voice has been heard by heaven and earth. Believe that, in fact, imagine that the moon is a human being and you are giving it authority to work for you. Okay? That is how we are going to do this. And you will come back to testify. You must testify, like I am testifying now. I decided to teach this because the Holy Spirit told me to do this, keep it to myself, until I see the result. When I see the result, I can now tell it to everybody. So I am telling it to the whole world now. I am telling you to you, my viewers, it worked for me, and I want you to do it, okay? all those things God created, he created them for our own good. For them to serve us, we are like demigods. We are like demigods. God created us in his own image and likeness. So after God, it is us. So when you command those things, they will work for you. Another thing I want to chip in also is how to make the sun work for you. If you want to walk with the sun, you are going to walk with the sun the moment you see the sun rising. The moment you see the sun rising, no matter the time, you step out. You lift your hands up in the sky. You command the sun. You tell the sun whatever you want to tell the sun. Remember, no begging. You don't beg. You command. Tell the sun whatever you want to tell the sun, okay? And you will see how it will work for you. These are the things I've done and still doing. And they're still working. They're not magic. It's just nature at work. That is how God has created everything to be for us, okay? So I would like you to try this. And when you try this, you come back to this channel. If you have not subscribed, you hit the subscription button. Press like, press share to share it with everybody, okay? Until next time when we are going to meet again, I will have to leave us here. Bye.